Hello, my magical ladies, and welcome to today's tarot reading. I see a certain vibe in this reading already. Also, how quickly circumstances can change. Like, just a week ago, I was still in a flat I really didn't like, honestly. And then suddenly it all just worked out, and I'm like, what changed? Not just the outside, but it came from the inside to the outside with embodied manifestation. So that's what I do. If you want that too for yourself, I wrote a manifestation guide. It's linked with everything I offer in the video description. And I think just the massive improvement from the background I used to have in the old flat to this is, it speaks for itself, and I just wanted to point this out because I am so grateful to be able to manifest this for myself and the people I love, and also for my clients. So Ace of Wands is the first card that came through for you. It's also card number 1, honestly. So I feel like there's some sort of like fresh start, new start. I also realized I have never had a tarot reading on this channel because I'm usually very much an oracle card queen. So this is new for me. This setup is new for me. So, right, let's get into it. New project, inspiration, urge to create. Okay, fire. I get like fiery energy as well. Like there's, oh my god, like you want the change. This collective, stop, wait a second. Before I keep going, take from this message only what resonates with you and leave what does not. Voice crack immediately, because if it's not meant for you, it's just not meant for you, okay? Don't make things fit that aren't for you. If you don't feel called for this message, just keep scrolling, even if you saw it on your For You page. Not everything you see on the internet is for you, okay? The algorithm is not some woo-woo magical manifestation thing. It just analyzes what you search for, and then obviously what you search for is what you are aligned with. That was 222 on the timer, alignment. So it's really about what you align yourself with. Like that's what they all call, like, well, that's what my man and I call woo-woo science, because it's like you actually, with your thoughts, with your actions, with everything you do and everything you are, you dictate and determine where your life is going. Like no matter the circumstance right now, you determine where it's going and how it turns out to be. Well, technically the how is also in the hands of the universe or the gods you believe in, or God or Fae or dragons or whatever, there's so much stuff that you can work with. But let's stick with that analogy of like it's in the hands of the universe. Like how it turns out in the end, you can get into a beautiful relationship with someone and then it turns out to be completely different than you thought it would be. So then it doesn't work out, but you come into a connection with someone else who you didn't think you would possibly date, and then suddenly that's the love of your life, Something like that also happens, but in the end you always get what you want, You just have to stay aligned with what you want, and so it's always from the inside to the outside. And so coming back to the algorithm thing, I feel like also the card, yes, if you had like any specific question about like taking a next move, like especially like I'm seeing the question, should I move like from this place? Should I move away from here? It's a yes, okay? So this is your confirmation. Again, don't make anything fit that doesn't fit. If it's not possible for you to move right now, don't force it, okay? Right, and the Sun card and the Judgment card, right? Okay. It's also the first time that I'm like, I also felt called to the Fool card, by the way. But this one is in reverse. So we have 4 cards here right now. Card number 1, and then, well, technically 0, 19, and 20. This is also the first card number one. This is also the first time that I'm channeling with this tarot deck specifically. I cleansed it, I connected to it already, and I specifically connected it to this collective of women. Why women? Because I'm a woman and I love to work with women. It's like I can work and channel with and for everyone, but I simply choose who I work with, who I want to work with, and who I feel called to work with. And for me, that's simply women, because I can like, what's the word? I can emphasize a lot more with women simply because I experience struggles that we have in this society like way more personally than I would emphasize with a man, simply because I'm not a man. Like, I don't experience life as a man would. And no matter if you want to believe it or not, like, there are still societal differences just based on the gender. So yeah, simply to address that, because I got the question in my comments before. And yes, I mainly channel for a feminine collective. I channel for feminine energy. So these readings are gender neutral basically, although it is a feminine energy. So no matter if you're connected to like feminine traits as a man, or if you're like a feminine woman, or just women in general, or you know, whatever, you get it, right? So these readings are for everyone. They're just for this collective. So whoever feels called to these readings, this reading is for you then. But who I work with in my one-on-one sessions, this is explicitly for women for certain set reasons. Okay, let's continue with this reading. I felt like this was a very important disclaimer just in general for this new era of tarot, for this new era of woo-woo science and my channel and this collective, and like the manifestation guide, for example, because I keep throwing these things around as well. I'm just like, I wrote a manifestation guide and it explains woo-woo science, and I'm like, what does it actually mean, you know? It's basically embodied manifestation. It's that you're not thinking about your manifestation anymore, but you actually feel it in a way that you know who you are. You learn what your values are. You learn how to break generational curses or patterns, as I call them, or generational trauma. Again, however you want to call it. There's so many words for one and the same thing out there. And then in the next step, you get to, how do I form an actual vision for my life? How do I make a vision board? Like the standards of manifestation, I cover all of these. I cover manifestation methods in there. I explain how I manifested my life while I was in a very shit position, to just showcase how it doesn't matter what circumstances you're experiencing right now. It doesn't matter for manifestation. Manifestation and the universe don't care where you are in life right now. You can still manifest everything you want and desire right in this moment. And that's the beauty of it, because it really doesn't matter how much money you have to your name and what type of relationship, or if you are in a relationship even. It doesn't matter how you feel about yourself. It doesn't matter how you feel about your life right now. It all doesn't matter for your manifestation. You can still manifest everything you desire and want instantaneously. And what I mean by that is not that it's gonna just arrive from one second to another, but you can change how you feel about yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you can perceive your life and the people in it and everything else instantaneously. You can change your perspective and perception immediately, and that's what changes it all. Because if we keep being in the struggle of like, oh, everything is hard, everything sucks, I'm so stuck, you'll never get anywhere, because you just keep believing and reaffirming, and then your brain keeps searching for evidence of why you're stuck, of why like everything is hard and slows you down and whatever. But if you keep like reprogramming your mind, which I also cover in this guide, so it's called the Portal to Your Dream Life guide. It's linked in the video description. Go have a look. If you're watching right now still, go have a look. It's certainly for you. I'm 100% sure. And if we actually go into these beliefs and reprogram these to like focus and align, this is what this whole message is about. If we focus and align with what we actually want, what we don't believe is possible, but we want that, oh my god, you can have it. I can have it. My man can have it. Like, everyone can have it, you know? Like, that's the beauty of the universe. There is enough abundance for everyone and everything to coexist. And that's why I love manifestation so much. Okay, so let's look into the cards for you right now. So the Sun card, I feel like I just basically covered the entire message for you with this guide. I feel like this guide is the message for you. This is your calling to step into your manifestation journey. I did that like a year ago in a video before, where I was talking about your manifestation journey, and then I said journal instead of it. I also wrote, well, I didn't write it, but I created a manifestation journal. So if you're feeling called to that, it's also linked in the video description. Everything is in my link tree, okay? Everything you could possibly want from me is in my link tree. So you'll find it there. And I feel like with the Fool in reverse, yeah, like holding back, indecision, hesitation. I love this deck because it has all the keywords on it of the cards. And I love this so much because most of the time when I see tarot readings, and especially when I was still new to it, I was like, in the videos, they keep holding up the cards and I'm like, what does it mean? What the fuck? Like, you know, they just ramble the story. And I'm like, I mean, cool, you say like you just pulled the Fool or the Sun card, and I don't know what it means, but but I want to understand, you know. That's also why I wrote the guide, why I keep writing guides, because I have such a deep craving to understand the world, to understand the universe, to understand how things work, how I work, who I am, what I want, all of these things. I have such a deep craving for that. If you do too, then everything I do is for you. Then maybe subscribe to this channel, because I do a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I love it because when I hold it into the camera, you can actually see like all the words, all the keywords, and it says like upright meaning, reverse meaning. It even says yes or no, or maybe. It says the element correlating to the card. It says the star sign. I love this very, very much. So this is a beautiful deck. I love this. 10 out of 10. I like the vibe a lot. Right, so I feel like holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, risk-taking. Okay, I feel like this is the path you're stepping on right now. Like the Fool is also the part of the major arcana set. I hope I got that right. Like, I didn't use these words before in my videos. So by the way, if you have any tips for tarot, let me know in the comments, because as much as I know what I'm doing when it comes to channeling messages, I haven't worked with tarot specifically before. Like, again, I love oracle cards, that's like my thing, but now I wanted to get into tarot. Right, okay, so I feel like you are like literally in the starting position of your journey. Let me get one more card maybe. I feel like you're leaving your marks. Like, wherever you go, wherever you're gonna go right now, you're gonna leave your cards. Maybe you have like a business card or something. Oh my, oh. If you could see what's happening in my lap right now, not like that, not like that. Oh my god. This is funny as fuck. That was a card explosion. We have the, oh my god, the Nine of Wands. I really need a refresher of like these letter signs, numbers. Right. Okay, boundaries. I kept being called to the boundaries, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get all the cards out. That really confused me there for a second. So 5 of Wands, Leo. So isn't that a fire sign as well? Gotta get more into astrology. Instability, exaggeration, overextension, strife, changes, freedom, loss. Okay, I feel like you've dealt a lot with loss in the past. So did I get all the cards now? These are the ones I pulled. Right. And here's Four of Cups. Cancer sign. Okay. So water and fire. Okay, there's like two realities clashing for you right now. Right, but it came out upright. So meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disconnected. This is basically what happens when you step onto your spiritual path. Yeah, I'm really getting like fire and water energy. It's like, okay, got the message. So it's like this 180 difference of how you used to live your life and how you want to and how you're going to live your life. And this difference feels like living two realities. That was 5:55 on the timer, like 15:55. These two realities clashing feels like going a bit crazy. I've been there too multiple times when I had any awareness or consciousness awakening. It's such a weird feeling, and like a lot of people don't know how to ground themselves in this time, and they just stay in that weird crazy feeling because they haven't learned to properly stick with like one path of alignment, or like to stick with themselves, you know. It's mostly about grounding into you, into your truth. And once you choose another path, that, okay, let's see it like that, they're the two paths, right? And maybe they go into a different direction. So this is the path you used to stay on. This is everything you know, everything you believe is right, but it doesn't mean that it has to be right. And this is the path you're going to take now, because this is something else you want, that you figured out, oh, I like this, I want to try it out at least, you know. And you know in your heart it's right, or you know it in your intuition or your soul or whatever. You just know it's right for you. So you take this path. And the key is to stick with yourself as you choose to go from this path onto this, because your life is gonna change so quickly. Your comfort zone is gonna be gone. Like, be prepared for that. Your comfort zone is gonna be snap gone immediately once you choose the new path, because your comfort zone was this path and not this one, right? But it's nothing bad. You have to stay grounded in yourself and in your truth, that this is the path you want to take, and you're able to handle the consequences of choosing a new path for yourself. And that's the whole thing. That's the second the crazy feeling stops, is when you decide to trust yourself and to stick with that path. And that is what sticking with alignment, that is what being aligned means, because you just stay to that path, you know. It's like, for example, let's take a relationship as an example. I love, you know, relationship and love examples. You commit to one person and you stay aligned with that person by staying aligned with that choice to be faithful with them, to be loyal to them, to listen to your own feelings, even if you still want to be with them. Like all these things, like everything that goes into you being with them and you staying with them, that is alignment. And that goes for every single other thing in your life. Your business, your relationships, your friendships, yourself, your style, where you live, what you do, what you eat, everything. Like your entire lifestyle, everything you do in your life, this is alignment, you know. And you choose where you're going to be tomorrow. You choose where you are today. You chose that in the past, and you today choose where you're going to be tomorrow. I explained that way more in depth in the manifestation guide, but this is your channeled message tarot reading for today. I hope this resonates. Like, obviously, if you're still here, it did resonate with you. So let me know in the comments which part of this message was your awakening moment, where you were like, oh, okay, that's what I needed to hear today. Because I'm very, very curious to hear that from you, because I'm also just like, I let this message run through me every time I do. And and I'm like, who is this gonna reach, you know? Because I also don't know my collective outside of like the energy alignment sessions or the readings I do on here. So I'm very excited to hear from you, and I'm going to see you in the next video or in the energy alignment sessions. Bye!